Hello and welcome to BISP Solution. So in the previous session we were doing about the how to create the invoice. So we were stuck when we were creating the supplier. So we have completed that task and the site has been created. Let me show you. Okay. So in the procurement, as we already know what about the procurement, we add the supplier. Okay. So here in the supplier we will see we will go to the manage supplier. From the task list we will search a supplier name, and here we will go to the test supplier. We click it and you can see the site has been created, and I already explained you about the site. Okay, why this site was having a some problem in the in the previous session, because of certain uncertainties in the application. So we have completed this task. So now our next task is to create the invoice. Yes, and we have already covered the opening period of the invoice. Okay, how to open the period we have done the seed in the manage accounting periods. Let me navigate you elsewhere so we can refresh it. Okay, from here, from the navigation we will go to the payables option. We have then here it is the invoice. Under the invoice under the invoice we are going to see from the task list here the manage accounting periods. So we have already opened the we have already opened up accounting period. So accounting period is test. Let's go. Yeah, here it is. So we have opened a accounting period already. Okay, so now we will go and create invoice. Okay, yesterday we have seen the interface of the invoice, right? Okay, so now we were going to create the invoice again. From the from the navigation under the payables we will open up the invoice. So now we open up the invoice. Before we will go and create the invoice, let me show you. Okay, open this create invoice. Create invoice, and you can see here is the business unit. Why it is showing the business unit? So we can search it a business unit here. So we want to make this default as a business unit, that is a PRA. Okay, you can search it, the PRA business unit, we can search it. Okay, so when we want to make it the default PRA, so we will go and from the search option we make the default. So from the setup and maintenance, under the task list we will go to the search option, and here we will search manage values. Okay, profile values. Under this profile values we will go to the manage administrator profile values. Here we will add default business. Okay, this task we have all. So here we again, it is difficult. So here we will go and we will select the default. We have already done this default process when we were doing the general. Okay, here that thing is not coming up here, so we will search default business. Okay, here you can see the default business is available. So we will select this and we will add this default under the profile values as well, so so the system will understand for which business unit we are providing. Okay, so we will search it. Okay, we will search the username here, the test. Okay, we select this username and we give a profile value, that is a business username. Okay, that is PRM. So we will provide this business unit here, and we click save and close, so it make a default. So we will just relog in it. Okay, relog in it. Okay, and now after login it, we will going to see that the business unit and the legal entity is selected automatically. Okay, we will go to our payables under the invoice option. Okay, under the invoice option, we will go to the task list and we create the invoice. Now we are going to create the invoice. Okay, and here you can see the PRA business unit and the legal entity is automatically defaulted. So because we have done this task because it helps and it saves time, because if a supplier is having if a supplier is having various business unit, so it may be getting a tough task to differentiate, and it will take a time, so takes us time. So by this assigning this username to this user, we will be able to make this default. Okay, so now we will search the supplier. The supplier is test. Yeah, and when we create this test, you can see that the test supplier, the site is automatically here. So this is very important part, because whenever you were missing the site, you won't be able to make an invoice, because it is a mandatory field and we have to provide this mandatory field. Okay, so now we will go and create. So we will give the number. The number is the invoice number. We will give the number 1234. Okay, and we will give the amount. Okay, we have just made we haven't done the setup that makes this default. We will see later. Okay, so the amount will be 1100 US dollar. So what is the type? The type will be of the type prepayment, debit memo, credit memo, retainage, release. We will are going to see the invoice type. Okay, right now we are going to see the standard type, because we are creating a normal standard. So we can see here the date, immediate and terms date, and that have I already explained you in the previous session. Okay, so now in the invoice line there is match invoice line, match to receive charges, correct match invoices, and this is all we will going to see later. But right now we will select the match invoice lines. So we will brought down this list, or you can click on this arrow to make the distribution. Yeah, okay, from this, suppose we will give $500 to rent. Okay, you will select the rent. Okay, or the next we will give 500 to expenses. Okay, we'll give the 500 to expenses. So now what expenses? We haven't given the distribution. Here in the rent we have already assigned the 100%. Okay, but from here what we will do, how it will be distributed. So for this we are going to distribute by selecting the line. We will click on the distribution option, and we will be able to go to the distribution options. Okay, so here you can see, so you can see the distribution combination and distribute accordingly. Suppose we will give 400 to this, 50 to this, and 50 to this. Okay, now you can see the amount has been done. So we click save and close, and now after clicking save and close, we give another, because there is a 1000 US dollar we have allocated. There is $100. If we want to validate, suppose we want to validate this, we have recorded the amount of $1100, but we have just allocated the amount to the distribution set is to only 500 and 500. So how it will be affect? So we are giving the validate option. So the invoice will be validated, but it will give you the error. Okay, let's see, it will ask you to needs revalidation. When we click needs revalidation, it will show you the lines variance, it will show you the system holds. Okay, So when you click the lines variance, it will take you here that the total of variance does not equal to total of invoice. So this will be comes up when we were make mistake. Suppose we just put the amount lesser than 1000 here, and we try to validate it, it will make a error as well. So now we will go and make another 100. So suppose we want to give $100 as well. So what now, we haven't created the, suppose you haven't create any distribution set, any payment terms or any distribution set. Okay, so how it will be done? Okay, so we will just check the payment to here to net 45. Okay, so now when you are going to see how it will be go, so you can create the distribution set from here when you are existing. If you haven't created any distribution set, we will go and create the distribution set here. Okay, so now from here we will go and create a valid combination of this. Okay, we will click here, we'll search and we create contains and search the expense. We create the search expense. Here it will give you the various expenses. So we will take the small tools and move forward. Okay, so this is right, this is how we can create the distribution set. Suppose we will click. Okay, let's do it. Okay, click on the advanced, contains expenses. Okay, small tool expenses will take it. So okay, now you will see that if that this amount is belongs to this combination only, we can set up this combination here. But suppose you have to assign this document, this amount to various combination. How will we will going to be do this? Okay, so by selecting this option under the distribution table, we click selecting here. So we will first give half amount to this distribution and the half amount to this. When you click add, it will copy down the same combination as above, but we have to edit this. Okay, so from again we will create the combination to other, and we will give so we will give the next expenses to this. Okay, we will give the postage expenses. Okay, so we will allot this $50 to the postage expenses. Okay, when you click save and close, so the amount you can see here, $1100 is equals to $1100. When you go and validate again, and you will see there will be no error. Okay, here you can see the invoice has been validated. Okay, so this invoice is being validated. So we have created the so now we will click on validated option and we'll see what happened. So here you can see there will be no holds, so it is means that our invoice has been correctly validated. So the status will show you the validation has been done, but the accounting is unaccounted, the payments is unpaid. So remember one thing, when we post to ledger, it will be counted as accounted. Okay, it will be counted as accounted. For doing the accounting, we don't need to make the payments. Okay, payment is different and accounting is different. Accounting is recorded on the back end when we open the ledger. And the important thing, as I have already explained you in the previous session, that if we want to post a ledger of that particular period, we have to open the period, and we have seen in the previous session, and right now I gave the summary that we have to open the period. Okay, so we have opened the period. So without doing the payment, we will go and post it. Okay, from the invoice option we will create post to ledger. Okay, Okay, so you can see the account has been completed. Without going to see the accounting, and you can click on this view accounting, and you will see this like as a general entry that it has been recorded. Okay, so you can see this. Whenever you see, you will be able to see this entry of this invoice. When you click on done, let's see what happens in the general. Okay, we will go and see from the general accounting. We'll see the generals, and you click on the task list and you create manage generals. The date is August 24, we have already, and you can see this is the invoice, the general batch. Here you can see the sources is from payables. It is selected for posting. Okay, so it is selected for posting. When you click on the general batch, it will take you to the general entries. Okay, you can see this, the fund is not applicable and the approval state is not required, but it has posted and it has been completed. And you can see the same accounting as we have seen there. Okay, here you will go and see the, when you click to account and draft, okay, sorry, when you click on validated and you click on accounted, it will show you this. And if you want to see the T accounts, here you can see the T accounts. So the T account will show you the particular balances is gone to the rent, to rent, to internet expenses. It will show you each and every accounting that it is provided to this invoices. Okay, the amount is equals to net total here. Okay, we click on done and you will be able to see this. Okay, okay, we click invoice option. Okay, so now, here it is. So now the next option is come up, says how to record the payment. Okay, so if we want to pay in full in today's date, okay, in the today's date we want to pay the full. Okay, we just click on this option and we will click on pay in full. So after creating the pay in full, we will see this. So why it is $990 is come up here? Why? We click cancel and see it. Okay, when we click on manage installments, you will see here that if we pay today, we will get a discount of $110 because of the payment terms we have created to this business unit. Okay, and the next thing is if we pay on 27th of August, so the Oracle is showing you if you pay to this certain date, you will get the discount of this and you will going to pay this net amount. And if you pay this, so it will calculate automatically and it is providing to you to see this. Okay, so this is happens in this format. So we will be able to see, or we can follow up that if we pay to this, how much we are going to gain it, how much we are getting the discount. Okay, so let's cancel it and pay in full. Okay, do the pay in full and we'll see how this reflection will go to the payments option in the payments options. Okay, so click on the invoice option and click on pay in full. So bank account is we have just created only one bank account. Payment method we have just write it. So payment process, we have created the payment process, that is PRA PPP. Okay, as soon as you click, you will go to the payment window. Payment documents is also payment document, we have created the check. Okay, so when you click on the check, it will show you the payment number, that is the check number or the payment number of 10,000. so it will automatically click. When you click on submit, it will show you, here you can see the payment 10,000, that is the number 10,000 for 990 used has been created. So we are get the discount of $110. When you click on OK, and it has been created, so you can see the validated option. You can see accounted and it has been paid. So cancel it. It is already saved. Okay, so when you refresh it, you will see here that the invoice number of 1234 to this supplier or to this site, it's been validated, it has been accounted, it has been fully paid, and it will has the manual entry. When we do spreadsheet, it will show you that we have recorded this through a spreadsheet. Okay, so we will go to the payments option. Okay, payables, under the payments option, here we will go and see the manage payments. We will search it down to the supplier name. Search it now, and here you can see it has been not reconciled, but it will be reconciled. It is negotiable. Why it is negotiable? So it is negotiable because here it is negotiable. Status negotiable. It is negotiable. If we want to stop or if we want to do anything, we can just put it down. Okay, if we want to post this payment option to the ledger, we can post it. Okay, we can post this because it has been unaccounted, if you can see here. So when we click view accounting, here the amount has been paid. We have received the discount of $110. Okay, so because of the early payment that we have defined it. Okay, so if we want to see the view T accounts, we will go and see the view T account. So here you can see, click on done and done, and you can see this. Okay, status account accounted, but when you back to this, you will see the status is accounted. It is still be negotiated because the payment we haven't done it to the that. Okay, is initiate to stop and it is void. So when you go and see, so this is how the payments will be seen here. So now when you go and see to the general accounting again, here to the general accounts again, general, we will go and see manage generals. Okay, we will click on search, and you can see the two things that it is showing you the category of payments and the category of purchase invoices. Okay, so this is how it will, and you can see the patch status, that is posted or not posted. So this is the invoice is of full payment. What happens when we pay the amount in partially, whether how it will be accounted. So let's go and create another invoice to see how we will post the. Okay, we will go here again. From here we will just go and create another invoice, and invoice here it will show you the recent invoices of last 24 hours. It show you the 7 days, it show you the pending or approvals. Okay, it will show you this, all this here. You don't need to go inside open the invoices. Okay, so now let's wait, the site has been hanged. Okay, okay, let's back here. Okay, so let's go and create another invoice from the payables option of the invoice. Okay, so we'll create another invoice here. here you can just click on create, or you can go to the task list and option it create. Let's go from here and create another invoice, and see how we will be doing when we pay in half, not painful. So we'll select the supplier, we'll give the 214, the amount is US dollars, and the amount will be 5000. So this is the type. We will remain the payment terms as immediate. Okay, so we will give the lines. Invoice group we will going to see. Okay, so all the 5000 we will give to the distribution set to the rent. Okay, okay, and now we will click on the validate. Now let's see if we will be able to validate the whole invoice or not. Okay, so it has been validated. Okay, we are not going to unaccounted. As I have already told you, accounting is not required for the payment, payment is not required for the accounting. So now what we were going to see, okay, we will click save and close. Of course it has been saved, and we refresh this and see here it will show you the invoice number 3214 of this amount has been validated, but it is unaccounted and it is not been paid. The status of paid status is not been paid. So from the payment option we will go. Okay, from the payments option, so from the payments option we will just click on the task list and create the create the payments. Okay, create payments. It will ask you the supplier name. We will just search it down a supplier, that is been the search. Okay, we click on OK. Here is the three type: quick, manual, or refund. Okay, this side three types of payments is shown to you. So the manual payment is when we click manual, it will give you a printout. We have to add the record manually under this. Okay, we have paid, suppose we have given the physical check to the supplier, and it will record, and then we will enter this. Okay, and what is the refund is like, and what is the quick means here we will just okay, it will show you the quick. Why it is going quick, it means that it will create the invoice and directly it will be paid to the supplier from here. This icon means that it requires recommended discount. If you will click on this bell icon, it will require the recommended discount. So if there is availability of discount to this supplier, it will show up and we can accept it. So right now we are going to pay immediate, but we are not going to pay the full amount. So here this, so we will click the disburse bank account. We will click disburse bank account. We are done here. We will click this. Okay, after clicking this, it will show you this payment process profile. We have created the PRA PPP. After clicking, it will automatically show you the payment discount number. We have payment discount, we have introduced the check. So after entering the check, paper document number will come up 10,001. Okay, so this is, so we have to provide these details. You can provide any advanced detail, any additional information you want to load it, you can upload it here. So now we will click on add icon to pay the amount. Okay, here it will show you that this invoice has been unpaid and we have to pay. So we click apply on OK and OK, and so now we will click to this account. So we are going to pay 4000. Suppose we are not giving him discount, but we are paying only 4000 to this invoice number. Okay, when you click save and close, okay, we can click it. Now we will go and see the under the invoice. Okay, here under the invoice we will just click on to, and it will show you that is unaccounted, that is partially paid. Now here you will see that this is partially paid. Okay, this is partially paid, and the this is partially paid and it is accounted. So suppose we put this on post to ledger. Okay, and we will see the accounting. Here you can see it will show you the 5000 and 5000, but it will not show you that we have created the 1000 payment. If you click on view T payments, T account, it will not show you the 1000 access. Okay, why it is not showing? Because the invoice has been uploaded. So when we click done, and now we will go and see under the payments method. Okay, now we will click on the payment. Okay, and we click on the manage payments. Now we will go and see the manage payments. We search down a supplier. Okay, we click on OK and we search it, and now here it is showing you this. Okay, when you click this account, and you will just take a action to post the ledger, and you will see view accounting. Here you can see the only the 4000 has been created, so the invoice has been created to 5000, but it has been, the invoice has been for created. When you click on the view tier accounts, so it will show you only the 4000 amount only. Okay, so this is how we can done it, partial payments and the full payment. Now as we go and see on the general what happened to this entries. Okay, so under the general accounting, we click on the generals, and we see. Okay, under the task list we will see the manage generals. We search it down, and here you can see all the invoices has been here. Suppose we want to see this generals. Okay, so it will show you like this. Okay, so basically, so this invoice and payment is different. When you create any invoice, it will create another entry, but when you pay the invoice, it will show you the payment. So it is basically, we can divide it or not divide it. Okay, okay, so there is one thing, we have to make the default for the payments to the supplier. So we will go to edit supplier first, under the procurement. Okay, we go to the manage suppliers. We will search our supplier name, edit it, under this side we will able to go and see the payments, the invoicing. So we will change this. Okay, invoice is currency dollar, payment currency is dollar as well, and we click save and close, and okay, it's saved, and we click again save and close. It's been saved, and we click done, and we sign out and sign in. Okay, so when we log in, and you will able to see the payment is automated. Okay, defaulted, just like we have defaulted the business unit and the legal entity. Okay, again we go to the payables, under the invoice, uh, create invoice. Suppose here you can, when you select this will be automated. Okay, so this is how the invoice creation and payments has been done. So in we have seen the full and the okay, so we have left the the thing of this, the negotiable amount. Okay, of this. So negotiable means when we pay when a bills payable payment matured and we submitted the update matured bill, payment status process will change. Okay, 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 it will change, but this change. Okay, when we, Okay, this has to be done. Okay, when we create the payment, when we create we when we created the payment, is this whether the bill has been paid or not. If it is paid, the status will mature and submitted the status, then it will be status negotiable. We click on the stop the payment. If it has been stopped, the status will be stop initiated, and if we cancel, it will be payment voided. If the payment is stopped, we click on no the void. If we choose the payment void payment, it will payment created. So let's go and see. Okay, again on the payables, let's and try and see. I click on the payments and manage payments. The supplier we select. Okay, okay, search it. It is still showing negotiable. Let's go and we click on okay. We click of initiate to stop. Okay, when we click this and it will be done, it is not showing. So in the today's session we have covered the payment and invoice. So in the next session we are going to cover the debit memo and the cash memo, and how to upload the invoice through spreadsheets. So for the today's session we have done this, and so thank you for joining us, and we will see you in the next session. Okay, so thank you guys.